Come on in.
Thank you.
I don't know why that opening intro just makes me laugh, but I amuse myself. Hi, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support and inspiration. If you are new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. We are going to pick a muse from our submissions from the influencers, so thank you. We'll drop some ink in the book of blots. We'll scribe for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We'll add on tarot and oracle. And where Mr. Ghosty here is, we have Ghost Tube kicking for any audio editions from the afterlife that may further add to our abstract and ancient auric adventures. Overall, please do receive or release freely. Feel free to pause, replay, visit, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. I want to take a moment to say thank you for your time, attention, and awareness, as your perspective and presence is powerful and warms my haunted heart. So when you're ready, let's go. All right. Picking a muse. I think maybe this week, if you want to keep out, maybe on Friday, we'll do a pick a pile, but with a few muses. That would be fun. All right. So we are scrying Raven Crow. There we go. Thank you to whomever submitted. All right. Where did I put my book? Just as a reminder, again, you can fast forward 2 times speed, whatever the case is. All right. The Book of Blots. As a reminder as well, we're just here to create a portal to perceive in, less worrying about making a masterpiece. Always feel well. To comment below what you see, sense, or feel as your insights do expand the iScry experience. Drop an emoji, a heart. Any interactions with the channel is truly appreciated. I feel like I'm trying to catch my breath, and I'm not really sure why. So, all right. Is there any other colors we want for the Raven? I actually do want a little bit of thank you. I hope you guys are doing well and you're enjoying the shorts, the long content, really trying to be multi-dimensional. For all our different, time, attention spans, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, keep it balanced like a Libra. We're just about there. All right. If you are joining me in opening up, can I just shove a bum chum? When you're ready, taking a nice deep breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. In the name and honor of anyone here at any time. Raven Crow, thank you for being our muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. All right. Ooh, this is intense. So you know the drill as well. If you want to take a screenshot so you can scry in your own time, personal use only. Okay. Thank you.
I'm confused.
That's all right. Confusion's just a different kind of curiosity. All right, so I'm being drawn immediately up here to this story. You can zoom in on a device. Okay.
Helen.
Hi, Helen. So the best way I can describe this is a path that I'm seeing dissipate back here, or in this being is coming in from this path, this traveling path. I also feel like I've witnessed something along this lines when I gently tune into that. And it's like if I plot myself in this energy, I, you, we, all the same thing. As I was walking it, moving through it, it was like a city or a town. There were shops, there were things. And as I experienced them, as I walked towards, at least in this moment, when I look back, it's a graveyard. And for me as Steph, a graveyard is a very calming place. I understand compassionately the grief, but
More.
there's a sense of peace in being able to revisit and recall. Maybe this is about past lives. This could be in relation or paralleling lives, however you might reference it. People in your lives, jobs, any sort of channel. But when I pop into that energy, it looks like the best way I can depict it, because it is in shadow form, but that's not a thing for me to focus on, is like an old seer, sage, hag, even wizard, call it what you will.
I'm going.
It's coming into form. Thank you. I feel like you're a titch loud for me anyway, because there's this immersion here. Okay. This mix between the light and the dark, almost like this infinity symbol, but the infiniteness is within the earth's ground, emanating and radiating up through. There's a word. I think it's like aeration. Like when you put holes in grass so that it can expand into that, something along that lines. Anyway, there's very much so something in there. This is also in the mind. There's a face right here. So it's like this seer, hag, wizard, call it what you, maybe it's even a wisdom of sorts.
Monster.
I don't see it as a monster, but I can see how one might interact with it, or given its presence, because like I said, it's in shadow form and it's quite large. But imagine if it was like quite like the nest of the hair, but like it's quite large, and if you could sense that kind of energy not coming at you but just around, it might have that monstery feel. But really, it's like then it comes into this light or within your aura, and you're like, oh, it's me, it's my wisdom, this or this past life stepping forward. Is this why I'm trying to catch my breath? Because I was trying to catch my breath. I even wrote it down my little thing here before I was
I'm close.
yeah, high pitch sound. Catch my breath before this session. So it's like they come into the light, and maybe this is part of the Raven Crow's brilliance of sorts, being that they can travel through different. Let's see if I can bring it up so I'm not hogging it. Like right there, this little point here, they can bring things back and forth. And you know how, or at least I think it's crows, I don't know about ravens specifically, but I could be wrong, like they'll leave gifts or trinkets, and same thing if you leave them gifts or trinkets. And let's say for a moment, this seer, sage, haggard, I don't know the masculine, rude, you leave trinkets like seeds, but they're so shiny. They are so shiny. So there's something about breadcrumbs, and maybe the crow ravens leave you breadcrumbs within the subconscious mind or within your physical realm. Again, there's this crossing between densities of sorts. Yeah, okay, I'll get to you in just a moment. And the way it's coming through is if maybe one is feeling breadcrumbed in some way, shape, or form, to remember you're the loaf. You're the loaf of bread.
Jim.
Okay, I'm going to dive in a little deeper here because it popped in. So this is purple, black, and yellow. And to me, this is really coming into that human higher self or mind, body, soul, any sort of trifecta. The shadow is speaking to the higher self, shadow or subcon realm, precon, whatever realm that might feel good for you in whatever context this is in. and this shine of sorts. The shine is the shadow of what we refer to as the shadow, is how I'm hearing that. The higher self in this space is communicating with specifically the shadow. Maybe who is retrieving any sort of breadcrumbs or shiny trinkets, clues, messages. And then it brings it, because it's merged. These two are connected. The higher self seems outside of it, but it's connected through some voidness of sorts, like the non-understanding or currently non-existence of, like, I don't know, do they call it dark matter or the space between space? I'm not entirely sure. And the higher self is acting like almost like a stegosaurus, but imagine if the stegosaurus had, like, the stegosaurus-y things on the back were flames or fire, not flames in a bad way. This is like luminescence. Like, I can't quite get a handle on them, the way they move. Okay, so there's another part in here. You might have to really zoom in. I'll bring it up for you. See if I can help you out here, depending on my lighting. I'm right in here. So I'm on the back of the stegosaurus. This feels like I'm in a dream state, and this is where maybe I visit through these channels. There's a handshake happening as well. It's almost like from the subconscious, and I'm using them very vaguely because I feel like while they're important and significant for us to linguistically connect certain parts of the brain or the psyche, and I have no understanding medically or from a textbook thing, they are but a surface snippet of the abundance of existence there within these realms. Okay. So this feels more like a dream, and I'm going to get ready to, and it's very smudgy, and this is more royal. This is like a royal reality of sorts. Yes, you're on the phone through the phone app. What's going on over here? There's a safety pin. Okay. A safety pin symbol might mean something to you. There's a spirit that is connected to the safety pin. So this might be indicative of when you were a baby, like in diapers, or a time in your life where a safety pin, like MacGyvering, was significant. You know what I mean? I'm also seeing it like one of those. So why don't I ever know what this thing's called? And it's so ridiculous. If you know what it's called, that thing that draws circles, like a compass. I think it's a different kind of compass, like from high school or something. You can draw a circle. This feels very happy. It's masculine in nature. It's a masculine energy that I think is helping protect maybe the feminine energy within the self. Because there's it's a co-nurturing in different actions and inactions. But something when I was a baby, I feel like that's coming in, like when some sort of preparation is the best way I can say it. Okay, I'm down here. I feel like the contrast in the lighting is exceptionally bright today, so I apologize if you can't see the white so much. I'm down here. See this large character? Something about a 3-headed snake.
20.
A small dog. The way I'm hearing is like throw a dog a bone, and but like a higher self. It's something, there's something so loyal in
Day.
here. So loyal. I'm also being drawn as I'm like quasi interacting with this. Oh. It's bringing me into like that three fate feeling. The three fates, interacting with the three fates with this three-headed serpent of sorts. "44 vitality, the sun coming in the cave of ice in the shaman's palm. Here comes the sun." Man, there's something going on here. I'm
Idiotic.
okay. Nothing like being insulted by an app. Anyway, I'm going to follow it. There's a lot of conversations happening here at the same time. Like, I can't seem to, at this point, zoom into it. It's okay. So I'm going to go right up the center channel here. Right in here. I feel like the swamp thing kind of coming out of the water. Okay, so imagine if a raven or a crow as our muse, but as a kickoff point to wander beyond and hold one to only the paradigm that's been written. Not dismissing, appreciating any traditional understandings, concepts, but to move beyond that as well, right? It's like if this raven or crow is not, while incarnate, is not bound to the meanings. There is more meaning that meets the eye. Okay, so that's fine. Because there's this ability to move through as though like painting the roses red in Wonderland. This, like a white crow, can be dipped in shadow to work through those realms and become a black raven crow. And it might appear to be an anomaly to see a white crow or raven, but here's the thing, it's like they're all white crow ravens and they've been dipped to maneuver. It's almost like this a protection of their vitality and of their to cloak their workings within the human construct right now. Thank you. I'm actually going to grab the crow oracle and see if that's helpful. All right. So this swamp thing kind of coming out here, and way down in here, I'm being attracted right to this bridge, right on the bridge of my nose. Oh, look at that anomaly. Like, seriously, that's, it's not an anomaly, but it is an anomaly. Oh, it's so wild here. It's so wild here in such a good way. Okay. Thank you. In the Cave of Winds is dominance. If any of the artistry is standing out to you, you know the drill. Please see, sense, and feel for yourself first. Sometimes I will read the word. Other times I read the art. Well, most times I read the art first, let's be honest. This is kind of giving me that vibe, that feeling of this conversation up here. I'm combing through and I'm on a beach of sorts. Is there a such thing as like a black sand beach or something like that? Anticipation is in the Cave of Hearth Fires.
doorway.
Okay. So is this conversation between all these parts, these messages of, and you know what it reminds me of? It's like, again, it wanders into like the land of what we feed into, land with, resonate with. So if like more of one of my witchy friends is coming, like the crows will caw, and they're not around a whole lot, so they stand out. Same with if I'm going like to my mom's or something like that. Or if you're like somewhere and you just hear this one raven or the croak or the caw, and it stands out. It stands out. It stands out from the crowd, almost like this anomaly, which could appear to be dominant over its environment.
Sad.
Yeah, I felt that. Sorry, give me one moment here and I'll share it with you. When I was looking at the dominance card, there is somebody that passed, and I'm still working through this grief, or whether the channel is a person, place, or thing, a job, a connection, an opportunity. And it's almost like they helped fill my confidence and dominance over, and it's like dominion maybe, because I'm not landing in the dominance like, siblings. I'm the oldest, so, but like siblings, like playing with each other and fighting for dominance in some hierarchy or some. It doesn't feel like that, but it feels like a nurturing of dominating dominion. To be able to stand up and realize that sometimes we put, like, if you're light or into the shadow of sorts, and being in this anomalous energy, like a crow or a raven stands out beyond the environment, whether there's one, two, or a whole murder of the crows, they stand out. Cave of Rivers. Okay.
Confused.
It's all right. There's lots of confusion coming from the ghost box today. We have here release, and abundance came out flying off to the side. There's a feast I'm anticipating, and I'm being asked to release it. Here's the thing. What is that? It's like by insisting creates resistance kind of concepts. So there's something I'm being asked to release that I am insisting upon, that's in the feeling realm of water, because I'm anticipating whatever abundance might mean to you. Maybe it's abundance of bullcrap. Maybe it's abundance of yada yadas. I don't know, insert whatever. To anticipating in the whole, like trying to dominate the density realm. Whatever the case is. And that's where I want to change dominance, not as a negative thing, looking at the totality, but the dominion of it. And this is where I come into the release. It's like dominion of the dominance and how it should look, how it should be. Something about that. Man, these crows and ravens are very perplexing. You know what the fun thing is that I said the word like a few weeks ago. It's like persnickety, but it's purposeful. It's purposeful. Okay. Cave of Earth. Growth. Look at that jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Okay. Did I say that well? By releasing insistence removes resistance. In the dominion of anticipating abundance. Abundance? Something along that lines. What's on the bottom? Chaos. Yeah, because something Something feels a little chaotic. It's in this conversation that's in the background. Before I move on over to the flip side, if you're going to join me, the link will be below if you'd like to join us there in the second tier Secret Society, and we'll flip it and we'll add on more cards. But I'm just going to revisit, I'll bring it up for you as I'm being rude, up here, because I feel like I am looking at this from a scope of pieces, like all of those little shiny objects. Oh, I guess I can do that. Heaven, forgiveness, and peace.
Cupboard.
Extraterrestrials, cosmic guides, and cosmic lamp, ultimate truth. Okay, even like in an oil lamp, it's like this is the substance of the oil. And this, it might seem chaotic to have oil and flame go together, but start to burn and illuminate, and going through maybe the change from an air of dominating dominance. There's that divine feminine on the bottom.
Listen.
I feel as though, like, even with this growth of the Amazon rainforest, this is the breath. This is that breathing. I was trying to, like, catch my breath. There have been some...
You don't understand.
I'm not trying to understand, but I am trying to experience, because I feel as though whoever these ravens, crows are, at least the energy stepping forward. My, like I say, if like my shine was here, or, you know, and it merges in from behind. It's the oil of the oil lamp, but I'm the oil lamp, and this fire kind of lights everything up to
empty.
Interesting, an empty room, and I'm like, what is this? But that empty room allows me to take a moment, actually, and catch my breath, and all these little breadcrumbs and all these little shiny objects and offerings to the crows or the ravens, whatever the case may be, or however. Some of you might also work with like raven magic. Is this a thing? I don't know, so I'm just throwing it the way I'm hearing it. Raven specific magic.
Are you a friend?
It feels like ritual. Or ritual like, or ceremonial like, and I'm back in that compass circle thing. I don't know where I am all of a sudden. Okay, so when I step into that, like that kind of like dark room, but that's where, like in photography, where exposures can come in. Different exposures. Okay, I'm gonna head on over to the other side. If you're joining us, the link will be below. I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. And thank you so much to being an influencer. You can head to iscry.ca or check out the links below to help a gal grow. I'm so grateful for you, and I will see you next time. So much love.